We're back with another transfer update for you. It's going to be relentless today because we fully expect West Ham to be linked with many players coming into the club, many players heading out of the club, and this is no different. So I am going to get cracking on the first story for you for today, and that is another story, not the first story, but another story, and that's apparently that West Ham are exploring a deadline day deal for Braga's German star 𝗗𝗘𝗔𝗗𝗘, but it's unclear if the move could happen before the window closes. Now, we are active in the market in the recent days, but due to our early window activity, or inactivity I should say, we're facing competition for rivals clubs looking at all these players. We've agreed to sell 𝗗𝗘𝗔𝗗𝗓 to Marseille. We expect that deal to go through as soon as possible. We're chasing Charlie Creswell from Toulouse, and we're set to pocket 23 million roughly euros for 𝗗𝗘𝗔𝗗𝗓, which I think is a really good deal for West Ham considering he's not been firing on any form of cylinders. We were looking at Igor from Brighton and Hove Albion, but it looks like he's agreed a loan move to Crystal Palace, who've beat West Ham to that signing, and apparently now we're turning our attention to the centre-back 𝗵𝗓, who is on our radar, the 22-year-old German centre-back, and according to Sky in Germany, they are now exploring the deadline day move for the player. It's been suggested that we've been in talks with several clubs, Braga, the Portuguese club who he currently plays for, but getting the deal over the line could be quite difficult. Now, the deal has to be done before 7 p.m. because that's when the transfer window does end. The player himself joined Braga from Hanover last summer. Despite starting the season as the first choice defender, he was left on the bench as an unused substitute for the last two league games. It's unknown. It's kind of relatively unknown to the English world, or not really unknown, I should say, because he was involved in English football and he spent part of his youth career at Norwich City and Chelsea before moving to Bayern Munich back in 2019. But this one could be a tough one to get over the line. So let me know your thoughts. We're linked to, as I said yesterday, and as you've seen on our social media posts, we're going to be linked to a lot of players today, so expect those links to keep on continuing. So there's the potential player coming in the door. I'm not 100% sure that will happen, but keep your eyes and ears peeled on that one. The next one for you, though, is that the deal to take Andy Irving to Wrexham is not dead in the water. We've seen him come on for the West Ham game yesterday against Nottingham Forest. He could be on the way out this summer, and it looks like the wage demands are becoming a bit of an issue. Now, Wrexham are interested in bringing him to Wales this summer, but a deal is stalling. Again, like I said, the wage demands seem to be the biggest stalling problem. But Wrexham are going to try one more last time to get one more push to bring him in after failing agree personal time terms at this point so far. It looks like they're going to try one more time to get this deal over the line. And I think if West Ham can demand anywhere near £4 million, I think that's a really good deal for us. If he stays, then so be it. It's not going to cost us an arm and a leg to keep him here. So Irving could be out the door. I probably expect a potential move for him to head out the door. So keep your eyes and ears peeled on that one. And the last but not least, on another potential outgoing, is that Real Betis still could be chasing Guido, obviously him heading back to his old club. That's because there is a player at Real Betis that could be losing and they are going to need a replacement, and it's going to be interesting if they can and will lose this player. The player that Betis could be losing is Altamira, who is potentially being followed by a lot of clubs in England, and it sparked interest from clubs in England. And if there could be a deadline day move for him, then it looks like he could be out the door. But Betis would only do this if they could get cover, and the cover is that the plan to bring that cover in would be bringing Guido Rodriguez, a familiar face to the green and white fans. It would see him be a reliable option to reinforce the midfield, and I think he would suit that style because he knows the league really well. He had a significant spell at Real Betis before joining West Ham, and he's became an essential player for Real Betis as well. And it looks like the Real Betis board trust Guido. and it might give them some element of security in that squad. This would then free up another position if Irving and Rodriguez left. It might give West Ham the onus to go out and try and bring someone else in that midfield. I know we've brought Magassa in, but it might be nice and might give that opportunity to Freddie Potts, which again I'm surprised he's not featured as much as he should have, but it might give him that opportunity. So this was an interesting one. These are players you want to keep your eyes and ears on, Irving and Rodriguez, for potentially heading out the door at West Ham. But that brings an end to the kind of short, sharp transfer show for you today. West Ham looking at a German defender, centre-back. We're going to be linked to many centre-backs. The one I would like West Ham to try and push forward would be Charlie Creswell, and potentially the outgoings of Andy Irving and Guido Rodriguez. But there's going to be plenty more coming your way, so keep your eyes on the channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and please leave a comment. Come on, you Irons.